right. Can you see me? No. What is wrong? No video, right. But can you hear me? Guys, I'm sorry. I'm not figuring out the problem with the web. Fuck. Okay, so you can't hear me right now, right? Okay. So yeah, I was gonna have a video, but Cam's not cooperating. I don't know what I did wrong here. Uh, Pretty bad time to go wrong. I thought I had it all. Anyway. Um, so yeah. Uh, okay. Wanted to do this just to kind of meet with you all in a different way, maybe. Never done anything like this before. I wish I had that video up. Anyway, yeah, let me introduce myself a little bit, I guess. Exposing Mark Niemczyk is about exposing Mark Niemczyk. Um, and I am seeking attention before anybody tries to accuse me of that for doing the live stream. Yeah, I'm seeking attention, but not for me. This is about bringing Mark Niemczyk to justice and getting the word out as much as possible. I probably should have done something like this a long time ago. Anyway, I'm starting now. Uh, and I wanted to talk about something that started up on Saturday of this week. I could talk about a lot of stuff I've been doing, legal stuff, research stuff, stuff for the media, which hasn't been on top of this, unfortunately, yet. But yeah, I'm just overwhelmed by all that's going on related to uh, Mark Niemczyk at this time. I really am. I don't know where to begin, but like I said, I wanted to focus in on something that's quite strange that happened on Saturday. And then maybe just keep it open. You can ask questions while I'm talking. I'll try to look at the chat. And yeah, so on Saturday, the 7th of this month, I got a very strange message on TikTok. The account claims to be, I believe, is the partner, sometime fiance of Mike Niemczyk. Her name is Kendra, and she appears in one of the videos, or actually two of them, that I posted. She is essentially, giving up the game and saying that she and Mike Niemczyk, who's with her in the video, are about to buy a bunch of mobile homes. And fairly obvious where that money is coming from. Mark Niemczyk's scamming. And I posted that, over a month ago, but there's a more recent one where the second half has that same clip. Anyway, she reached out to me on TikTok, but with a different account, not the one that is in that video. That's why I'm not going to say for sure if it's in her. And the story gets a little bit stranger as it goes on, which is why I'm also not sure that it's her. But if it's not, then somebody went to some trouble to make a fake account because it has some of her pictures in the videos. Anyway, this account that I won't give up the name of right now, maybe I should. It's private anyway. And I have the messages. So the message said that Mike is going to message me soon. And I assumed she meant Mike Niemczyk. After the confusion was resolved, it seems that Mike is another guy she's with now, and he was the one who was about to message me. And sure enough, I get a TikTok message from another account with Mike and Vegas in the name. And this account begins to talk to me. Basically, what it says is that, the other Mike says, "My name is Mike. I'm with Kendra. And basically, we want to come to some kind of an agreement." Basically, wanting me to take those videos down. He claimed to know Kevin Paradowski, who is also a key figure in one of my videos that I posted. It was filmed on the 22nd of July. I believe I posted it shortly thereafter. It shows Niemczyk on Fremont Street being followed around by a bodyguard. Very tall man, who I later came to find out was Kevin Paradowski. This Kevin Paradowski messaged me from his account. And I went into a little of that before. I posted some videos about that. I really should go into it more. But anyway, we didn't come to any resolution with those conversations. But so anyway, the new Mike, the supposed partner of where is my so yeah, sorry, just something. The account that is supposedly Kendra's, reference this guy Mike. So the new Mike comes on and starts talking to him. Says he knows Kevin Paradowski. Says that he's an Iraq war vet, 3 tours. He also says that Kevin Paradowski is also a vet. which he says on his profile. And he says basically, well, what he said was, some kind of agreement where I stopped fucking with them and they stopped fucking with me. And the first thing I wrote back was, well, when you say me fucking with you, you mean telling the truth, right? And when you say you're gonna fuck with me, you mean telling more lies, like the ones Kevin Paradowski put out on that very recent video that I posted with my picture. I posted that on my YouTube also with his description of it. Anyway, sorry, if I'm disorganized or dragging on a little, I really wish that webcam was working because I would have been able to do something. But let me try to get through it, make the best of it. So the mic on the message kept saying how he wanted to meet. He actually said that Kendra wanted to meet with me and with him and with Kevin Paradowski to talk about whatever. I said immediately that I don't trust any of you. If you even want to begin to talk, I want to know. I want a statement email about everything you know, and especially concerning things that have been said about me. And at first he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll send the email." But then he didn't. And long story short, we keep talking, and this is all on the same day, the 7th, Saturday. Anyway, he starts talking about how he hates Mike Niemczyk, hates Mark Niemczyk, hates a few other people whose names I brought up who are connected to them. But he said he likes Kevin Paradowski, which was very strange. One, because Paradowski has not contacted me for a couple weeks since he sent me a few messages doing the same kind of Don Shipley calls it turning the tables, where the scammers try to make it sound like you're the one who's in some legal jeopardy, to try to back you off or intimidate anybody who's trying to expose them, tell the truth about them. And that's what he was doing, talking about, oh, I'm gonna, get, you're harassing this and that, and but of course it was all bogus, and I've done nothing illegal throughout this entire process, and nothing dishonest. Kept it all above board. But that's their last resort, is to try to threaten the truth tellers. So anyway, going back to what was going on with those messages. Well, long story short, he said that he wouldn't send the email in the statement until we could meet. And he still won't say why he wants to meet. But it seems like he's trying to tell me something important, or wants me to think he's going to tell me something important. And I'm like, well, if you hate Mark Niemczyk as much as you say, we started talking about the stolen valor. He expressed great disgust for it. I was a little puzzled because I'm like, well, why aren't you Why haven't you approached me before about any of it? It was all very strange. Anyway, um, so long story short, I could go through and look at all those messages and get it clear again. Since my webcam is down on this one and I can't seem to figure it out, let me. mm, well, anyway, um, yeah, sorry, this is my first time doing this, and give me some slack. Um, while I'm talking, is there anything? Anybody has any questions or comments? You can put it in the chat while I'm talking. Um, so yeah, he said he wanted to meet before uh, he would send the email with these, with the truth, which is what I'm asking for. Obviously, it didn't sound right because if he's a veteran, if he's really against Mark Niemczyk, he would want to volunteer that information. Another thing he said in those messages was that he um, contacted the VA and the police himself about Mark Niemczyk, which I just don't believe for a number of reasons. Now, so anyway, I said, well, if you want me to meet, why don't you? I was half joking. I said, why don't you go confront Mark Niemczyk there on the strip if you hate him so much, if you're so outraged as I am? So you are, is kind of the text. And he's like, oh, yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, me and Kevin will go and confront him. And I said, to try to sweeten the deal there, well, I'll be there watching to see if you do it. And but by the next day, Kevin Paradowski had not gotten back to me about anything. Um, and a little after 1 o'clock, the new Mike says that he's on his way with Paradowski to the strip because I said to give me notice. But then, for a number of reasons, I said I'm not going to go today, but I'll be watching the live stream that you said you would be doing. And he gets a little upset that I'm not coming. And I started to think about a whole number of kind of suspicious things in the last conversation. Um, for example, he'd said that well, it was Kendra actually, but he was going to the court with her to get a temporary protective order, a restraining order against Mike. I'll just tell you one other piece of information that kind of verifies this a little bit. Kevin Paradowski, when he was messaging me a little over 2 weeks ago, mentioned that Kendra and Mike were broken up. And that was on his real account, Paradowski. And the new Mike account, which again is supposed to be not Mike Niemczyk, but a different guy who's Kendra's brother. Um, he also said that they had broken up, blah, blah. It's Mike Niemczyk now. Doesn't want anything to do with him. Temporary protective order, all that. So, story coming from the Paradowski account, which I know is his, and the one from the, I'll call it Vegas Mike for now, account. We're telling the same story, basically. Sorry if this is a little bit disorganized. First time, might get better at it. But anyway, so yeah, a little after 1 o'clock that next day, Sunday, I wasn't coming, and then he just didn't send any more messages. I haven't heard from him since then. Very strange. Right? Another thing that was strange, those messages. Mm, sorry, 1 second. Um, well, stage fright, I guess. I'm just not picking up the stuff I had organized here. Uh, so anyway, yeah, what I suspect is that this was either some sort of a trap being set by them um, to get me to come over to the corner of Harmon and Vegas Boulevard, where they could do something. I have no idea what, but it's pretty clear that they had no intention of meeting in any legitimate way. Another possibility is that it's a prankster who went to the trouble of learning different details that only somebody who knew them would know, and who made two fake accounts, the fake Kinder one, if it's fake, and the new Mike one, the Vegas one. I have no idea. What I do have is a phone number that I was called on that night. I was thinking of calling it live on the air here. I don't know if I'll do that today. I've got a couple more things to figure out first. Um, Gosh, I'm just at a I'm at sea because I've never done a live stream, and I'm kind of you know I guess if you've ever done it or you've tried to do a live stream, you know what I'm talking about. Um, Anybody have any questions while I'm you know, like a deer in the headlights here? Well, how about this? Let me see. Yeah, now I have a renewed respect for all the people who do live streams. I guess I've never done one, but have an awful lot of respect for what they do because it's not easy. I've learned that. Uh, yeah, and that camera being down doesn't help either. I cannot figure out what it is. All right. Well, hmm, uh, it's like Murphy's Law. It's like everything that can go wrong will go wrong, and just at the key moment. Uh, 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 here's some messages. Yeah, let's do something else. Can't hear you, but can't see you. Just tell us the story. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying. It's like that's the kind of simple thing that you would think is simple when you're in the spotlight. It's like you just can freeze up. And I keep looking for stuff that I had here, and my camera's not working. Was there anything in particular you wanted to know about? Or should I just get more detail? Or should I just quit while I'm ahead right now and stop this feed before I embarrass myself more because I'm completely, everything has messed up technology wise. The camera, for whatever reason, is not working. My other stuff is not working that I had prepared. And I don't know, it's been 30 minutes. I might just need to call it quits for now. I mean, I'll just get off on a new thing while I've got you guys listening, I guess. I'm overwhelmed with this Niemczyk stuff. Um, there's just so many facets to it. Um, why is nothing working? Oh my God. Yeah, just nothing is cooperating today, technology wise. I'm just going to shoot from the hip. In case you don't know, or in case you're just tuning in, or in case things got lost in my terrible organizing of all the information on social media. Um, I'll just tell you a little bit from the beginning. I started working at Walgreens, Fremont Street, here in Las Vegas, back in November of last year. Right away, I identified or noticed this customer, older guy in a wheelchair, carrying large right-wing political signs, wearing a veteran's hat, and with a 5-gallon plastic donation bucket at his feet there. It wasn't until I noticed the writing on the back of that vest he wears. Um, in late March or early April of that year, the hate speech against Muslims, which said, quote, everything I need to know about 9/11 or about Muslim, everything I need to know about Islam I learned on 9/11, unquote. So I used that to identify him after doing internet research. It wasn't as straightforward as you might think. There were quite a few dead ends, but a couple weeks later, I finally got a picture pulled up related to that wording, and it was him, about 10 years younger. It was a news article, and he was standing in front of that fucking 9/11 truck of his. And that's how I figured it all out. Well, not all. That was just the tip of the iceberg. What I've learned since is even crazier. And I could never have imagined what it would have turned into on that day, April 28th. But anyway, told a little bit about this on Twitter. I told the managers, I went and told a manager as soon as I found out on that day, because I live near the store. And long story short, I came back that night and did the confrontation that you may have seen. And he didn't come back to the store for almost a month after that. But when he did, I had that second confrontation that you may have seen. The first time I was carrying the Beware of Mark Niemczyk sign. And if you haven't seen that or know what I'm talking about, you can check it out. It's from June 2nd. I think the word second confrontation are in the title. And since then, it's been a real roller coaster. There's just no simple way to. Where do I even begin? This has meant a great deal to me. I've never felt like I have any choice. I have to do this. At the beginning, I did, obviously, because it was a moral stand. It was telling the truth about a terrible criminal who was doing terrible crimes in my own community and to me, in a way, or at least involving me, making me complicit, if not legally, then morally, in his crimes, because I was a cashier and I took money from him, which of course I saw him take out of that bucket. But that was before I knew anything about who he was. I definitely had my suspicions. It didn't look right. But until I saw that writing on the back of the vest, I couldn't get his name. So yeah, there's just so many interesting details that I, for whatever reason, I haven't put out online yet, or I haven't put out in any great detail. And maybe this is the place or the platform to go into some of those. Like I said, today I had something planned, but it's without the camera. I don't know if it's a good idea. Anyway, yeah, like Mr. Something Else says, regroup. I may need to do that. And hopefully when I do, I'll have my technology in better order. I want to let you all know that I appreciate your words of support, your interest, but it's really not anything that I think should deserve thanks. I just think I'm doing something good for the community and something good for America, as arrogant as that might sound. Because it really does seem like nobody else cares sometimes, which is demoralizing. Or at least not in real life. But I've kept my chin up, and because I know what I'm doing is right. It doesn't matter whether the police are on my side or Niemczyk's side, as they appear to be. Doesn't matter if nobody is on my side. It's the right thing to do, and I'm not going to stop. Um, truth, the truth is under attack in so many ways in our country, our society these days. And to me, what Niemczyk is doing, his presence here, is the straw that broke the camel's back. Um, and I just wouldn't be able to look at myself in the mirror if I didn't do all I could. But to be honest, I have not done all I could. This has been kind of a it's taken up a lot of my time, and but it's worth it. And yeah, I know I'm not coming off great. I've never done a live stream. If you missed the first part, my camera is not cooperating, and everything's set up, and now it's on the fritz, and my other stuff too. But I'll tell you what, I promise to get my act together and make it more worth your while next time. I know that you could be doing anything with your time, and I don't want to waste it. And I obviously want to make a good impression with this first live. But at least I did it. So, if nobody has any questions or comments, I would ask you to please excuse me for this evening. Then wait for my next live. How's that? Questions or comments? Last chance. All right, guys. Yep. Thank you again, Mr. Something Else. Thanks for understanding. And I will wish you guys a good evening, and check out my stuff online on social media, not only on YouTube, other platforms, and yeah, check it out, and maybe you'll have something you have a question about or a comment about next time, and you can ask it when I'm on here again with you. Alrighty, take care. Bye bye.